Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really know you are.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Brittany. I'm back with another video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that. Y'all keep these requests coming. Okay, what I'm telling you, my list is, but I'm gonna get to it eventually. But somebody had this topic and I absolutely liked it. Not saying I ain't like all the other ones, but I like this one. It's which BGC girls would I want to see on Baddies and that I think will survive Baddies, because BGC and Baddies is different. Baddies is just basically, are we gonna get in a house and fight, and then after we fight, do you know how to go to the club? Bad Girls Club is like, they actually had these, they couldn't be in the house fighting all day. Okay, Oxygen ain't play that. What? Who are they? Ben and Murray? Y'all know who I'm talking about. BGC and Bad Girls Club was different. I feel like it's two different lifestyles, two types of experiences. But it's a few girls that I can see surviving Baddies, and this is their BGC self. Because all these girls, they were just like, they done with it and woo woo woo. So yeah, this is their BGC selves. So yeah, let's get into it. First, when I say this one, I don't want y'all to be mad, but I say Key, K-E-Y, BGC 17. I really do just feel like she was ignorant, explosive, and she didn't have a problem fighting people. However, I feel like Key would be one of those girls that fit in with Dolly and Summer. Just girls that just mess with people for no reason. Because if you think about it, Key, her sole reasoning for not liking Sayora was the whole noodles in the drawer thing. And they all wanted to play that, oh, she's messy, she's going around telling Susan's business. All of y'all was sitting down talking about Susan being married after Sayora told y'all. Not like after she told y'all, y'all were like, no, don't say that, that's wrong. After she told y'all, they were all like, what? She married? Huh? I don't play that. That's the relationship. And it's just like, so I hated that whole thing that Sayora's messy. It's just like, y'all were all sitting here talking about Susan with Sayora. So it's like, I don't get it. But I feel like Key, I feel like she'll fight in the house, even though I feel like she'll probably pick on somebody weaker than her. I feel like she'll thrive in the environment because she's ignorant and she liked the fight. So it's like, Key, yeah, put some on Baddies. Then BGC 16, Berisha Talon, the little smart girl that was fighting Z. Because I feel like Berisha don't have an issue getting out there. Okay, she would be like, well, nah, Jazz was low-key kind of scary, and the only person she fought was Summer, so yeah. But I feel like regardless of who would want to with Berisha, she would actually get out there. She would, and yeah, she would still go to the club too, because she was fighting Z all the time. Z was like a million size bigger than her, a million size taller than her, and she was still leaving Z. She was still getting Z, going out, leaving her in the club, still going out to the club, then coming back to fight her. It would be like one of those, she had one of those Dolly and Ivory situations. Well, nah, because I don't think Dolly that much smaller than Ivory. Oh, nah, Dolly is smaller than Ivory. I'll take that back. But yeah, I can see Berisha being one of those girls on Baddies where it's just like, you know, she don't gotta talk too much. She'll go on there, do her lingo, have fun, say she can rap, and then the minute somebody try her, she'll get on that. And I feel like they'll probably try to mess with her because she's smaller than them. But then when Berisha come up there and pop out with the party, bitch, I'm with the gang, then she'll be on that. Shaboop boop. Y'all, honorable mention. I can see Winter being on Baddies to a certain extent. I feel like if Winter were ever on Baddies, she'll have to be like a special guest type of person. Not someone that's fully on the cast the whole season. Just someone where it's just like she pop in and if she wants to leave, then she'll dip. It's like I can see her get into like 1-2 fights, but I can't see her wanting to like fight the whole time. It's because she had her little thing with Kaylee, but y'all know when Candace came in, she was just like, whoa, now, not somebody that can actually fight. So what I feel like with Winter, she'll just have to be one of those special guest people. You know, one of those special guests that get tried, like a Marissa, one of those special guests that get tried, fight, and then she'll just be like, yo, I'm over it. This is too much. Or she'll be like, how y'all let these people touch me? And whoa. I feel like Winter will be on that type of vibe. So it's not giving full cast member, but I can see her popping in and out. I don't know. What do y'all think? I feel like Winter feel like, you know, she kind of bougie, you know, she pretty. She would want to go to the club, but I don't think Winter is going to want to go to the club with busted eyeglasses on. She was tripping when with the thing with her finger, and she ain't like that. Okay, I feel like he don't got an issue going to the club with glasses on. I feel like Berisha, she'll probably wear hers with pride, but it's like Winter, yeah, I don't feel like she'll be on that. And y'all, of course, Jamie and Jazz would have been perfect for baddies because they like to turn up, and then they don't have an issue fighting. I feel like Jamie and Jazz, they was even fighting in the club. They'll probably be one of the people where it'll be like fan favorite, but low-key kind of annoying because of the fact that they didn't have any limits of where, who, what, when, where, why. You know, they were just doing whatever. I like Jamie and Jazz, but I feel like if they were in Baddies universe, people would probably be kind of like annoyed with them. But I feel like they'll be entertaining. Like, I can see them just sticking with them, honestly. Like, I'm trying to think if I can see them being with a specific group or clique. I feel like if they were on like a Baddies East, they would have fun because I could see them hanging with Camila, Anna, and Biggie and them, like people that like to have fun. But it's like towards these seasons now, like I can't really see them hanging with anyone because everybody just want to fight. Like, a lot of people just don't want to have fun, but they would fight though. But the thing is, if Jamie and Jazz come, they will come together and they will fight together. So it will always be like a jump situation with them. Not more so them jumping somebody, but if Jamie fights, Jazz will have to fight whoever's friend that Jazz is fighting. Then it will just be like a whole little thing. So it's like, I ain't gonna lie, that'll low-key be entertaining. Yeah, put Jamie and Jazz on baddies. And then I also say BGC 12 Red. But I feel like Red, she'll be funny. I feel like her confessionals will be funny. But I feel like Red will low-key give bully. And then on top of that, you know, she was bigger than the girls. I feel like, I know on 12, her main thing was Jada. But I feel like Red wouldn't have an issue picking with one person the whole time. And then I feel like Red on her season, like she kind of like used her weight as her personality. I feel like somebody would probably but I'm trying to think, can I see Red and Rolly getting along? Because, you know, Rolly was, you know, one of the bigger girls too, and it's like I really don't think they both kind of had like bully vibes at a certain point. But it's like Rolly, her real like bully arc happened with the whole thing with like Slim. It's like Red, she was like that throughout the whole time. At first, you know, Rolly, she was messing with Ann, she fought Natalie, she fought Jayla. But then when it got down to when her and Slim fell out and she kept fighting Slim, that was just like, all right, Rolly, that's weird. And I feel like with Red, she just would have picked one person and just did it the whole time, especially somebody smaller than her, because Red never fought Asia. You know, she knew that Blue and Red and Lo were talking about her, but she never fought them. She never fought Britt. She just low-key messed with Jada the whole time. So I feel like if Red was on there, she would just give bully vibes. It would be annoying, but I feel like Red, she would like it because, you know, that's what she did. It's like she could have mended things with Jada on her season, but she just chose not to, because it's like the girl was just a bully. She ain't have nothing else to do. It's like if I'm Red, it's like, why would I fight Asia the same height as me when I could fight Jada that's like 2 feet taller than me and weigh 50 pounds less than me? Like, so let me pick with Jada. So I feel like if Red were on there, she'll go after like an Anna Mac, you know. But and then on top of that, not like she would be intimidated by Biggie, because who the hell is Biggie? But I feel like she'll probably try to be cool with Taseki. She'll be like, you know, I don't like your friend, but you know, me and you, we cool. We in the club too and we vibing, right? Then y'all might be mad at this one, but hear me out. I also say BGC 11 Gigi. And the main reason why I say Gigi is because Gigi was just lame and she was a follower and it's easy to manipulate her. Like, I don't feel like she'll be like one of Natalie's chinions, but I can see her being in with a clique and she just do whatever they do, because that's what she did on her season. I can see her having like her one-on-one beef storyline with somebody, but Gigi would also be like a Dolly Summer, you know, like, oh, my friend don't like you, okay, I don't like you either, so anytime they jump, we jump, and then we just gonna be jumping people, okay? And I can't see see anybody else from the Wolfpack on there, it's because like Jazz and Tiana, they were like the leaders of the pack, and I feel like they wouldn't thrive on something like Baddies because they would have to be independent with more rowdy people, whereas in their house it's like they were the leaders of their pack and everybody else was low-key weaker than them. So it's just like them coming in the Baddies and they gotta actually stand on business for real, it'll be like, oh, because I feel like if Jazz, Tiana had to fight somebody like a Taseki, had to fight somebody, shoot, like a Lex, a Ivory, a Dolly, a Summer, or any of that, they would not want to do that. Whereas I feel like Gigi, she would join whichever team that she feel like is thriving, and she'll just D-ride them the whole time. And if her friends want her to jump, she'll jump. I feel like Gigi wouldn't care whose side she's on, you know, as long as she got her little clique and she got somebody to listen to, I feel like she could do it. So it's like, Gigi, put her on Baddies for the wrong reasons. I know that sounds messed up, but the wrong reason. And then I say BGC 10 Rocky. I feel like everybody else on her season, like low-key, like depended on one another, but Rocky was the only one that was low-key independent. Jen, I can say honorable mention, but she'll piss us off being a bully. Like, no, like, Jen would be a bully if she was on Baddies, but I feel like Rocky, she'll just be one of those people. She'll be cool until she had to defend herself, and then y'all know Rocky don't care about fighting. You know, like Shannon, I really don't feel like she'll thrive at all. I feel like she'll be way too annoyed, way too overstimulated, and she will let herself get bullied, and I would not want to see that. Whereas I feel like Rocky, she wouldn't let any of that happen. Like, I feel like if anybody wanted to fight Rocky on Baddies, then she'll be on that. Y'all just imagine if somebody like Seki or Krishan wanted to fight Rocky. Do I feel like Rocky would get her ass beat? Yeah, but I feel like she'll have a better chance hanging in there than her classmates, you know, her season mates. I'm talking about classmates, than her season mates, you know. Then I say BGC 9 Erica Lucci V. Erica's funny, she can dress, she's pretty, and then she already know how to fight. Okay, like I feel like on Erica's season, Erica was a bully, and I feel like putting her in an environment like Baddies, it's like Erica, she's used to being like the leader of the pack, but Erica's not scary. I don't feel like she'll be intimidated by the big three, a pretty three, or people like Rolly and them. Like, I really don't feel like Erica would really care. She'll still come in, do her, and whoever rock with her, and whoever don't. Because at a certain point, she was about to fight Megan. She didn't care about it being her and Christina versus the house. And then Erica, she wasn't, well, nah, she was low-key kind of childish. But it's like, I remember at the reunion, you know, she apologized to Rima, then she went after the person that she felt like really did her dirty. So it's like, Erica, I feel like she could be, you know, her BGC 9 self. Like, she could be okay in that environment. Like, it wouldn't be too overwhelming for her. Like, and then on top of it, I feel like her confessionals would be funny about it, because Erica's funny. Y'all hear me out. This is another person where y'all might be like, what? But I also say BGC 8 Gia. And I say BGC 8 Gia because Gia was low-key crazy, unhinged, and wild. Do I feel like Gia would get beat up? Yeah. Would she be a follower? Yeah. But I just feel like Gia was low-key unhinged. She was wild. She was always naked, sleeping around. Well, I'm not gonna say sleeping around. Like, she was always naked, doing crazy stuff, screaming, getting drunk. And I feel like that. But the thing is, Gia was just low-key kind of scary, and she moved within a pack. So she would also have to be one of those people where it's like, in order for her to like really do something, she'll have to be like around her crew. It's because, yeah, she fought the first night, but that's when she was drunk. Like, I feel like the only way she'll like fight by herself if she was on like a Baddies environment is if she was drunk. But I feel like sober her, she'll just be one of those people, oh, I'm down with whatever my friends is on. Not like in a big Lex type of way where it's just like, damn, my friend's fighting, let me jump in. I feel like she would just be one of those people where it's just like, oh, my friend is fighting regardless if it's one-on-one, let me go in. Because it's like, they done jumped Jenna, they done fight that girl Christine. She was, anytime Erica and the twins wanted to do something, she did it with no hesitation. She done pushed the lease in the pool in front of everybody. And I really do feel like if everybody wasn't around, she wouldn't have pushed Alicia in the pool. Like, she probably would have locked her out. But pushing her in the pool, she just did that because everybody else was there and they just wanted to do something to her. Like, she was involved in all the little pranks that were going on that her and the twins and Erica were doing. Like, Gia was just follower. And I feel like followers, do they get a bad rep on Baddies? Absolutely, because they got a bad rep on BGC. But it's like, I just feel like Gia just would have been down with the cause and it would have been good for Baddies. Because it's like, shoot, the Baddies right now, they thriving off of like trios and duos and whatnot. Like, the only person currently that's by themselves on Baddies is Russian Cream. And she's trying to figure out which clique she want to get into because that bitch scared. So it's just like, yeah, Gia, once she finds her clique, I feel like she'll be good and she'll be ready to throw down. Y'all, then I have to say BGC7 Tiara. Even though Tiara wasn't one of the girls that was like the wildest on her season, I feel like she's very pretty and she's hilarious. I feel like her confessionals will be funny. Like, I feel like she'll low-key give like a K Rican type vibe, but she wouldn't be annoying like K Rican and just be like dragging on fights. I feel like Tiara would be one of those people that will fight if she wants to or if she has to, because I don't even think Tiara jumped into any of the fights that Stassi were in. She only almost jumped into the one with Judy and Priscilla because Tasha tried to jump in, but it's like Tiara was never on no weird stuff. Like, I feel like Tiara would be on Baddies and just, she'll be able to carry her own storyline by herself. Of course, she'll have her friends, and I can see Tiara being one of those girls that's like cool with majority of the house. It's just gonna be that one hating ass person that just don't like her because she's funny and cute. Okay, and that's just how I feel about it. And then, was Tiara 100% the best fighter? No, but she wasn't scary. You know, even though her and Angie had hella love for each other, you know, I ain't gonna lie, her and Angie, they went one of one, and it was just like, I liked it. I was just like, I can low-key see Tiara on Baddies, but I feel like Tiara would do like a, let me just do this one time and do a one season type of thing. So it's just like, I'll be entertained to see her on there. Then y'all, next I have to of course say Wilma. Like, what? Like, one of the baddest and wildest that was on BGC, and I just feel like she would be on there because she really don't care. Somebody will say one thing to her and she'll just, you know, want to fight. And I feel like that's what Baddies is. Somebody say something to you, you don't like it, then you fight them. And it's like, at first she was cool with them, and then, you know, she went to, at first she was beefing with Jennifer, and then Nikki pissed her off and she went to Nikki and Lauren, got them, and then she ended up getting kicked out for the whole Nikki thing. And I just feel like Wilma, she'll just be on whatever type of timing anybody else is on. I feel like if somebody wanted to apologize to her, she'll be like, oh, okay, cool. But I feel like until that happens, then she'll be on that type of time with them. And it's just like, Baddies, they not the type of people, hey, I'm sorry, you know, we cool now. No, they can say that and then 20 seconds later be fighting again. And I feel like Wilma, that'll exactly be the type of time she's on. Okay, the last person from BGC I can see on Baddies in their BGC days, I say Brandy. And that was just because Brandy was just someone 100% unhinged. Like I said, every time I think of her, I would never forget her throwing the panini maker and all the utensils and cutting people's feet, and it was like utensils and blood, and all the kitchen was a mess. And honestly, I feel like Baddies got to the point where they will find that entertaining, where Natalie will be like, hey, you want to come back for another season, but you gonna be drunk, right? You still gonna be unhinged. You not gonna be mature and stuff. But the thing is, by the time the reunion happened, Brandy was mature, so it's just giving a one season thing. But I feel like Brandy, she would be like they Tavi, someone where it's just like, oh, you want to fight? Okay, let's do that. But the crazy thing is, like, and the only reason why I'm gonna stop at Brandy, because it's like early BGC days, they didn't like fight, they didn't have they throwdowns, but it's just like, you know, I saw Brandy swing on Morgan, and then, you know, Brandy ruined the whole house, and then it was just like, she was like one of the only people on her season besides Kat that was just like, yeah, you know, whatever y'all want to be on, I'm on it. Then she didn't have an issue being back and forth slick with her mouth, throwing people under the bus. I feel like Brandy her mouth would have been real lethal to the point where it would have been entertaining on Baddies. And I feel like that's one of the girls where people would have been like, yeah, let's stay away from her. Like, Shorty's kind of crazy. So yeah, y'all. And like I said, the earlier seasons, they weren't really as like intense or aggressive as the later seasons were for me to want to put any of the girls before season 5 on Baddies. I really don't feel like any of the BGC 4, 3, 2, 1 girls would want to be on Baddies or be on Baddies, because around the earlier times, you know, they were talking their issues out. They weren't trying to get sent home, and they weren't on all the rah-rah BS 24/7. Whereas as the seasons went on, they let them do more. They got way more unhinged, and you know, I can see the people I mentioned like thriving. So yeah, again, these are the BGC girls I can see on Baddies: Key, Berisha, Jamie and Jazz, Red, Gigi, Rocky, Erica, Gia, Tiara, Wilma, and Brandy. So yeah, y'all tell me which BGC girls would y'all think would make it on Baddies. Y'all will, or y'all even who y'all currently, which BGC girls y'all would want to see on Baddies. I just feel like a lot of the BGC girls now, they're like over reality TV. They barely be on social media, and they probably just low-key embarrassed by it. So them even getting on Baddies will be like a no. So yeah, y'all let me know which BGC girls y'all think would make it on Baddies, and girls from BGC y'all think y'all would want to see on Baddies now. And so until the meantime, y'all still keep dropping these topics, and make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share all that.